And at this time, we invite up the best man to say a few words as well. Give him a nice warm welcome, everyone.
Hello and good evening. Thank you all for making your way here to Mark Twain's former estate in the historic village of Tarrytown. My name is Red, yes, like the color, and I am RJ's best man. Now, I'm pretty sure RJ picked this venue to be absolutely sure that I wouldn't be able to miss this night, being that I live up the street. The truth is, I wouldn't have missed this for the world, no matter where it is. What RJ probably didn't consider, though, is that I have absolutely zero filter, and he has no idea what I'm going to say tonight. But before I start embarrassing RJ, I just want to acknowledge that COVID sucks. I mean, it's affected each and every one of us, and we were all supposed to be here last year. But the silver lining is, they gave RJ and Nicole a whole extra year to plan for this wonderful evening. And let me tell you, they needed that extra year. Didn't you guys? It's okay though, we're all here, you guys did it. Nicole, you look absolutely stunning. You really do. RJ, I love seeing that smile. Keep it on there. So RJ and I grew up together, and I don't mean we grew up as kids, but rather we grew into adults with each other. And it's safe to say we've influenced each other's lives. We met back at Rutgers, where we partied hard. We went out drinking 4 nights a week. We chased girls. Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't this RJ. That was a different RJ. This RJ went home every weekend, and I mean every single weekend. Why? I don't know. Until one day I went home with him, and that's when I met Bob and Kathy. Now, hold your round of applause, because we all need to recognize that Bob and Kathy just celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. Incredible, absolutely incredible. When I met Bob and Kathy, I instantly knew why RJ went home every weekend. And I started going home with them. Not every weekend, but enough to become Bob and Kathy's adopted Asian son. Which makes RJ and I brothers. And that's when I really got to know RJ. I mean, I knew he was fancy, but this is when I found out he was bougie. Like, bougie in every sense of the word. Which made sense why you would never be able to catch him dead in a dirty frat house basement with sticky floors. If RJ went out, he was going to a legit nightclub with a headlining DJ and bottle service. His preferred place? Probably Atlantic City. A close second would be the Jersey Shore clubs. I, for one, preferred going to the Jersey Shore clubs because we never had to worry about drinking and driving because of Safety Bob. Safety Bob was our personal Uber service, or as we'd like to call it, Boober. Now, thinking back to when I first met RJ, he was shy. And shy might not be the right word, but he certainly wasn't outgoing. Which kind of drew us closer together, because we needed each other. RJ needed me, because I have no problem going up to a group of girls and just chatting them up. And I needed RJ, because he'd invite him back to go boating. It was perfect. RJ is hands down the most trusted friend I've ever had in my life. He has never once bullshitted me. He's the type of guy that has your back no matter what, except for that one time in Atlantic City. Neither of us are 21 yet. We went down to the Revel, did some clubbing, then we were gambling at the Borgata. And when you gamble, they comp you drinks because they want you to lose your money, which I did. I was out of cash, but I still had a beer in my hand. We're walking around, all of a sudden I get a tap on my shoulder, I look over, shit, it's security. And they're asking for ID. I go to turn to RJ to see how he wants to play this out, are we gonna run? Only RJ's not there. He disappeared. He legit vanished and left me hanging. That's okay though. There's no need for you to go down that night. But despite all the memories I've had with RJ, my most cherished memories with him are actually our one-on-one, late night, heart-to-heart, completely inebriated conversations. We would talk about everything, and I mean everything. But one thing that came up fairly often was the future. And tonight, your wedding night, is the beginning of your future with Nicole. RJ has always been ambitious and a level-headed type of guy. That's why I was shocked when he said he was buying a house in Florida. But no matter where RJ ends up, he'll always be from the Northeast, which, by the way, is the name of his new boat. Bit of foreshadowing? I hope so. If you've ever been fortunate enough to have been a guest at RJ's house, you know he treats you like royalty. You're taken care of. He'll even cook you a gourmet meal. I'll never forget when a few of us flew down to his place to go visit him for his 30th birthday. Now, if you don't know, RJ's birthday is New Year's Eve. People plan way ahead of time for New Year's Eve, which often means they unfortunately forget about RJ. We use this to our advantage. We wanted to surprise him. We all told him we bought tickets to an exclusive venue, and it was sold out so he couldn't join us, and we were not willing to back out and go to him. We even got Bob and Kathy to lie to their only child to come. RJ was devastated. We flew down to Florida, and on our car ride over to his house, we were excited. But we were even more excited to see RJ's reaction. Was he gonna cry? Was he gonna faint? Was he gonna jump up and down? We didn't know. If you've been to his home in Florida, you know that as you approach, you cross this little bridge. And from that bridge, you could see his backyard. And there he was, sitting there with Bob watching the game. He had no idea. We get to his door, we ring the bell, and from inside I get to hear Kathy, RJ, get the door, someone's here. And RJ being RJ said, you're already inside, you get it. I don't remember what Kathy said, but RJ took a sweet ass time to come to the door. And when he finally opened it, we yelled, surprise! RJ was happy. He was so happy, he slammed a freaking door in our faces. That night we went to Mercado, and we partied like kings. We had a private table, and yes, there was bottle service. They brought out the biggest bottle of champagne I've ever seen. A few of us drank way more than we should have, but we had Boober to get us home. Years later, we actually found out Nicole was there that very same night. They didn't meet then, but in a sense, it was the beginning of their story together. Being that Nicole and I live a couple thousand miles apart, I didn't really get to know her until our couple's trip to Alaska. In Alaska, we saw bald eagles. We dined on fresh caught wild Alaskan salmon. We even drank duck farts. Yep, you heard that right. We drank duck farts. And they were delicious. As the locals would say, quack, quack, knock it back. In Alaska, we also had adventure. We kayaked between icebergs, and we hiked on some of the most difficult terrain in North America. Now, I'd argue that you really get to know someone when you go undergo a stressful situation with them. Nicole's from Florida, and Florida's flat. I'm talking like pancake flat. Alaska, on the other hand, is home to some of the most rugged terrain on the face of this planet. Let's just say we found Nicole's breaking point pretty early in that trip. But she pushed through. She persevered. She even rappelled down into a bottomless glacier crevasse, somewhat unwillingly. In Nicole's words, it was a transformative experience. So in a sense, I've grown with Nicole as well. Nicole's beautiful, she's kind-hearted, and she's generous. She's the type of person that literally sent me an entire crate of oranges here in New York in the middle of winter just because she found out that I love fresh squeezed orange juice. Bottom line, Nicole makes RJ happy in a way I was never willing to. And with that, I would ask you all to please raise a glass. And let's bring a big cheers to RJ and Nicole with a quack, quack, knock it back. Cheers.